Hello everybody, and today we're going to talk about the Seraptek Heavy Construct, or as I like to call it, the Super Spider, because it's easier. Okay, we're going to go over the tactics of both gun options, what units to use with him, and how to use them effectively. We'll go over the basic stats: Strength 8, Toughness 8, 28 wounds, 6 attacks, 3 up save, 5 up invan, and the guns. I personally prefer the flat 6 guns, what are they called? The Synaptic Obliterator. They are the guns I personally prefer. They also come with a transdimensional projector. And they also have the other gun option of a Singularity Generator. Heavy 3d3, Strength 8, d6 damage. Okay, the reason why I prefer these guns is because it matches my playstyle. Believe it or not, the different guns completely change how this thing is used. So I'm going to go over the tactics of each, and depending on your playstyle and how you like to play your army, pick that option for your games. Okay, let's set the board, shall we? Option 1. Singularity Generator. Cryptek with a Canoptic Cloak. Make sure this guy is not your Warlord. And a Canoptic Spider with the Repair Array, and a Gloom Prism if you have the points, just because it's handy. Okay, the reason why you have to pay for this with this gun is because it's the only chance he has of living. In a few of my games, I've annoyed my opponents because I've had 6 wounds come back on this twice, and he wanted to kill me, honest to God. So, in one game he had 12 wounds in 2 turns. He was like, yeah! Okay. Which I very much needed it because that's what kept him alive, okay. Okay, set up the board. We've got some objective markers over the place. This is their counter assault units. They normally got 1 or 2 there somewhere. The Doomsday Arcs, whatever tank you want it to be. The demons there can be guards, tanks, so on. Doesn't really matter what army you fight unless you fight Necrons, and then you're in for a hard time because 1 in 6 chance of wounding the vehicle. So you want to go full melee if you fight Necrons with this. The first thing I want to say is when you set up the board, try to make sure you have at least 1 objective on each tall building. When you're setting up the objectives, you don't know what side you're picking yet, so you want to put an objective near every tall building, okay? So depending on where you start, if I started over there, I'd have a hard time. So we're going to pretend we're playing Dawn of War. The first thing you want to do is get the fat spider. Do your best to get at least 2/3 of him covered, okay? The rules say half covered you get save. There's always that one guy who just bitches at you, okay? So make sure you get as much of this spider in as you possibly can. You know, just have like 1 or 2 legs just pop out past the side, like so, if you can get in there. Ah! Goddamn spider! There we go. Don't look pretty, okay? But the legs there, more than half covered, okay? Sorted. Preferably though, I would like him here. So he's gonna go here. Here, he's gonna go here. And the one thing about this playstyle I have a problem with is he does need command points to keep him alive. So unfortunately, if you're gonna run it like this, you want to have at least 3 immortals and another HQ for your battalion. It sucks, I know. Okay. The reason why I do this is because I've run this in the Dynasty for the +1 saved stratagem. So every turn this thing costs me 2 command points to keep it alive, okay? And I normally have to use the 1 command point to make it shoot at normal wounds. So every turn you're looking at 3 command points for this thing to be useful, okay? Very expensive, hard to keep alive, and if it's not your thing, go with the other gun option, okay? You want to pick your targets correctly with this. At turn 1, you do not want to leave your deployment area, okay? I use this as a counter assault unit to finish off nasty units. Basically, use it for the guns, okay? And the best thing I love about this is the transdimensional projector. It actually does mortal wounds on 6, which is very good. So you're using your 2 command points a turn for +1 save. So if you use the +1 save, you basically go 1 up save and a 4 up invan. You have a cover save and you get +1 to that, so it's very hard to take down with light fire. So he has to dedicate pretty much all his anti-tank into this 1 unit, okay? Which is not the best situation for Necrons because everything we have is quantum shielded vehicle-wise. So it kind of does make a difference, but it might depend on what you take in like race and so on. I'm not a fan of splitting my fire normally. I like to put everything into one target till it dies. But the guns are so strong with these, I like to shoot one big gun at one unit, another big gun at another unit, and the 2 transdimensional projectors at something that's in range with an invent save. Because I was fighting Grey Knights last with this, and I loved the fact I can kill those 3-up invent guys. It was so nice, and there's so many 6s. I was like, yes! And you have to take normal saves on top of that, which is amazing. Okay. So you basically want to use the big guns for tanks, anything that's high toughness, and you want to shoot the stuff that doesn't have a good invent save. So if you have a choice between a big knight with a 3-up invent, or you have a choice between those little baby knights with a 5-up invent, take the baby knights, okay? Shoot the big knight with something to make him use his command points, like a Triarch Stalker or a Doomsday Arc or whatever you got. Make him use his command points, and then shoot the 2 big guns from this at the baby knights. That's what I do. Because this setup here was 785 points, if I remember correctly. It's a lot of points for one unit, okay, which can easily die turn 1. So my advice, okay, is try to kill as much as you can. Okay, he needs to make his points back. So turn 1, you want to take shots at baby knights, tanks, doesn't matter what it is, as long as you've got a bad invent save, you have a good chance of killing it. So split your 2 guns, tank, and these little guns here, wherever's in range, preferably something with a good invent save, okay? Turn 2, okay, now we're talking. Most of the time, they have stuff that's across the board, it's in your face normally. That's the spider, see where he ends up, like see he ends up here, gets to go around. This guy can move here, okay, and now you want to bring out the fat thing. And you go, oh, ha 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 ha. Damn you, fat thing, he's too fat. Okay, let's compensate a little bit. From there. It's been a while since I used this, okay? You want to compensate for ways of the land, and you want to keep him in range. Because this gives him D3 heal, and this makes his living metal D3 instead of 1. So every turn you can heal up to 6 wounds, minimum of 2, which is brilliant. This is why you keep him in there. Because one game, right, I fought casting knight, casting robots, oh man, they're a nightmare. But believe it or not, he lived till turn 3 and he killed 4 of them on his own. He was a champ, he was. And his little guns here was killing all the little stuff that's coming at me. I was like, yeah! Normally with casting robots, you have to run and hide, like, you know. But that's the game he healed 12 wounds on. I was very lucky, okay. He lived till turn 3. He's a good spider. Okay. So turn 2 now, you'll bring him out. Do the same thing with your guns. Don't waste it at the melee unit, because normally they have a good invent save. So the big guns still go at the tanks. They still go at the targets. Yeah. So if he's within the range of an objective, he's still a +1 save for 2 command points. And you probably have to use the 1 command point to make him hit normal. Big guns into tanks, baby knights, wherever you can. Low invent saves. The under guns into the melee unit, because it's probably got a good invent save. And then after you've done your shooting phase, charge it. And you should, in theory, kill it. And if you kill it, great. Use your 3 inches and try and get another cover save if you can. You can just rotate it a little bit and boom, you're touching cover. And these guys are perfect because they should be in range most of the time. When I find when he's sitting back shooting, he's normally dead by turn 2, turn 3. Okay, and he normally kills this guy and this guy. So that's the reason why I don't find this thing competitive, but you can get a lot of fun games out of it, and he does kick ass. Unless you're going up against tournament level lists, he does do reasonably well. So that is how you use the big guns. You want to hide back, turn 2, turn 3, run out, deal with the assault units. If you're still alive, start setting up for melee and sit his fat butt on an objective. Because nothing can get near that because you can't go near. Advance the spider and that if you're still alive, and keep healing him every turn. Very expensive combo. When I say it's worth taking, all the games have taken him, he's barely paid for himself, if he has paid for himself. Most of the time it's a hindrance, but he has had a few good games and he has kicked ass. Okay, so that's one way to use him. Okay, let's get on to the other gun option now, and we'll go over the tactics of that one. Okay, now we're going to talk about the other guns, okay? This other setup is more suited for in-your-face, shooting, charging, falling back, shooting, charging, okay? He basically becomes a suicide unit, you get up in your opponent's face and you just cause mayhem. Point-wise, it is more effective this way, and it's cheaper to run this way. So if you run him like this, you do have other options for the rest of your army. And I probably would say it's more competitive to run the 3D3 shotguns. I personally prefer the other guns myself, but theoretically, practically, it is better to just run up in your opponent's face and just hope he kills stuff. So let's talk tactics. So if you're running the singularity generators, you have options. You can either just take him bare bones, run him up the field and just see what he does. Option 2. I like to take the Forge World Cryptek. I haven't made him yet, but if you like to use this for the singularity generators, he's brilliant. Because before the start of the first turn, you can pick any unit within range and make his living metal D3 wounds instead of 1. Okay, so he's perfect for that. So you can put him near there at the start of the turn. His living metal's D3 instead of 1 and just run him up there and hope for the best. Okay. If you have the points, which I know a lot of people like to do with the Lord of Wars for Necrons, they like to use a Deceiver, send him up and just let him blow up. I personally don't like it because if he sees, you're basically dead. Okay. But a good option there. The best thing about that, right, you can actually use this guy's power and this guy's power at the same time. So use him first, D3 living metal, and then you teleport him up in your opponent's face turn 1 and cause problems. Another good thing about using the Deceiver combo is you can dish up mortal wounds, and if you're lucky with a dice roll, you can bring up some reinforcements as well. So you can put him there, add some immortals on the other side of the board, your wraiths or whatever you want. Very good for backup. Tactic wise, you want to run him up the board like so. Turn 1, like teleport him here in the middle, get a nice bit of line of sight, block the terrain, get your save. Dynasty wise, you'll have to take him with the same one as the Forge World Cryptek. So basically, this guy will stop using all the Dynasty specific gems, okay? So if you like South Tech and you want the +1 to hit for your whole army, you might want to take this guy in an auxiliary detachment so he can match the same dynasty as the Lord of War. So you can give him his D3 heal, and he can run off and do his job. The problem with that, this guy becomes a tax and he doesn't merge very well with the rest of the army because he doesn't mix with the other dynasty. 125 points, optional. Deceiver again is also optional. It is a very effective tool, and if you want a way of mortal wounds, pick the Catan power to match the opponents you're fighting, obviously. That's basically how I run the singularity generators. Turn 1, you can teleport him out of line of sight, well, teleport him into cover, obviously. Then he moves 16 inches, so turn 1, if you get first turn, he can be anywhere on the board, destroying something. And the best thing is, right, when you're over in the deployment area and he dies, he blows up. And if he doesn't blow up, command point to make him blow up. With this playstyle, you're probably going to be using 1 command point to make him hit on top wounds again. So it becomes cheaper to keep alive, 1 command point a turn for his attacks. Support wise, he doesn't need these two. These are optional. So if you want to just take this and just run up in your opponent's face, I would say it's worth this over 2 wraiths any day. So that's basically the 2 playstyles of the Spider. If you want to be in your opponent's face turn 1, singularity generators will just be back, picking stuff off, you take the other guns and you buff them accordingly. So that's how you use the Spider. You just cause mayhem. Make sure you got enough anti-horde stuff to kill the unit screens so you can get into combat with knights and so on. So, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all again in the next video.